The sky was a deep, dense blue. The sunlight was so intense that it reflected off the metal fuselage of the aircraft, stinging the eyes. The air was thick with the smell of petrol and the vibrating hum of the engines. Standing in the middle of the airfield was Captain Edward Hawkins, a young pilot in the British Royal Air Force, barely in his 30s. His eyes held a mix of confidence and an unknown fear. In front of him stood a peculiar aircraft named RAF-403 Akashganga, Celestial River, Galaxy. It was no ordinary plane. Its body was made of an unknown metal alloy, light yet incredibly durable. Engraved on its silvery fuselage was a secret symbol, a serpent endlessly consuming its own tail. The symbol of time, the Ouroboros. Flight log, 1937, June 12th. From the captain's notebook. Today we will ascend to an altitude where radio waves die and time becomes distorted. Scientists say there is an invisible echo up there, the Earth's own heartbeat. If I can hear it, perhaps humanity will touch time for the first time. Takeoff, 8:34 a.m. The Akashganga lifted off the ground with a roar. Captain Hawkins was beside his co-pilot, Charles Reynolds, while radio officer Thomas Briggs, seated behind them, tested the signals. Base Command, this is Akashganga 403. Altitude 10,000 feet and climbing. Over. Copy that 403. You're clear to ascend. Godspeed, gentlemen. The aircraft pierced through the clouds, climbing higher. 30,000, then 35,000 feet. Hawkins's hands were steady, but his mind was racing. Beyond the clouds, he saw a strange light. Not the reflection of the sun, but rather the glow of some sort of wave. Then an unfamiliar sound crackled on the radio. Shh! Echo. From the future. Time. Loop. Thomas exclaimed in surprise. "Sir, that's not on our frequency." Hawkins's throat was dry. "Signal source?" "Unknown, sir. It's bouncing back from our own transmission." The radio's crackling intensified. The cockpit lights flickered, and a sudden, unfamiliar blue glow enveloped the engine. Hawkins watched as the horizon in front of him seemed to slowly melt. Within the clouds, rotating metallic circles appeared, like a whirlpool of time. Base Command, this is Akashganga 403. Do you copy? Akashganga 403. Your signal is breaking. Repeat. You are off radar. The radio fell silent. The descending silence. Before them was only white emptiness. Charles looked outside and said, "Sir, where is the sun?" The sun was gone, replaced by an indistinct bluish haze. The compass was useless. The clock was frozen at 8:57 a.m. Suddenly the engine died. An odd humming filled the aircraft, like the combined breath of 1,000 people echoing all at once. Thomas cried out in panic, "Sir, are we dying?" Hawkins replied in a trembling voice, "No, Thomas. We might survive. But in what time, I don't know." The aircraft began to dissolve into the gentle light, as if slowly entering behind the curtain of time. For a moment there was complete silence, then all lights went out. Base Command Log, 1937, June 12th, 09:01 a.m. The last transmission received from Akashganga 403 was, "Echo from the future, time loop, Akashganga." Immediately thereafter, the aircraft vanished from the radar. No wreckage or further signal has been recovered. An echo from 1937. It was a foggy autumn morning. The London sky was heavy with thick clouds, and the cold wind made the metal structure of the radio tower shiver. Inside the tower sat a young engineer, Lawrence Reed, only 26 years old. Bespectacled, accustomed to the smell of coffee, his mind was always immersed in the contemplation of radio waves. He was working on a special project, Project Horizon, whose sole objective was to recover the last signal of a lost aircraft. Yes, that aircraft, RAF-403 Akashganga, which had mysteriously vanished in June. Mission log, Bark, 14th October 1937. Lawrence Reed, recording. Akashganga 403's radio transmission ended at 8:57 a.m. After that, silence. But radio waves never completely die. I believe that signal is still echoing somewhere, perhaps on the other side of time. The first echo. 2 o'clock in the morning. The entire laboratory was silent. Outside, a light rain was falling, and a cup of cold coffee sat next to Reed on the table. He was analyzing old radio signal data. Suddenly, a strange waveform appeared on the machine's screen. Reed initially thought it was interference from the rain or electricity, but when he played the audio recording, he heard echo. From the future, loop, Akashganga. Lawrence froze. It was that very sound. He quickly checked the signal's timestamp. The wave had arrived at exactly 8:57 a.m., which was the exact time Akashganga had vanished. The unknown source. The next morning, he submitted his report to the director, Sir Henry Griffith. Griffith was an experienced scientist, but not as curious as Reed. He flipped through the file and said in a cold voice, "Mr. Reed, you're suggesting the impossible." Reed replied calmly, "Sir, I'm not suggesting, I'm hearing it." Griffith frowned and said, "So, are you claiming this signal will continue to echo for 88 years? "Possible," Reed answered. "If it is an echo of time, then its source is not a place, but time itself." The birth of the time echo theory. Reed spent the next few weeks analyzing this signal. The wave's frequency was 403.7 MHz, which does not fall within any standard radio range. But astonishingly, it returned on its own every 12 hours, as if someone was resending it from beyond time. He named it Time Echo Phenomenon. Reed's journal entry read, "What we are hearing is not coming from a place. It is coming from within time itself. Akashganga may not have been lost, but is rather trapped in a time loop from which its signal is repeatedly reflecting back to our world." Secret investigation. In 1938, the British government secretly launched a new project based on this signal. Project Horizon D, Delta Division. Reed joined as the chief engineer. Their goal to trace the source from which the signal was originating. A report mentioned that the frequency pointed towards an area in the Pacific Ocean, 700 miles southeast of Burma, beneath the seabed. The same area was known by local fishermen as the Doorway of Akashganga. They claimed to occasionally see shimmering circles of light there, and compasses would reverse direction. The warning. One night, the laboratory's radio transmitter turned on by itself. Without anyone touching it, it began to emit a terrifying noise. Reed rushed to put on the receiver. Then he heard his own voice, but coming from the future. "Lawrence, if you hear this, don't go there. The sky, it remembers everything." He was stunned. His own future voice was warning him.